What's up? Welcome into your Buckeye Rush Hour for a Friday, May 17th, 2024. How are you this evening? Lovely to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Let's close down some of this extra bullshit we don't need open. Boom. All right. Starting a little early for you guys. You can always rewind and start from the beginning if you miss anything important. So first off, question for the chat. This is a good one, I think. I like to give you guys the team over-unders for some of the important opponents we're going to have this year. So Penn State is the next victim up. Will they go over the 10 wins on the regular season, or will they push? Right now, Vegas has it at an even 10. Usually, I don't know why this is an even 10, but usually they're at 10.5 or 9.5. Apparently, they're feeling weird about Penn State, which I am too, honestly. So I'll run through their schedule real quick to give you an idea of what you're dealing with here. So here we go. At West Virginia Mountaineers, home against Bowling Green, off week, home against Kent State, home against Illinois, home against UCLA, then at USC, then off again, then at Wisconsin, the Badgers, then home to the Buckeyes. Kind of a loss right there. Home to Washington, then at Purdue, at Minnesota, home against Maryland, and the Big Ten Championship, which they will not be a part of. So, anyways, that Big Ten Championship doesn't matter. I don't know why they put it on the regular season schedule here. FBS schedules, tighten your shit up. 12 regular season games, over or under or push 10 on the button. I'll give you my opinion later on in the shoe. So let's get into it. We're talking a ton of recruiting. I had so much to get to that I was just bubbling over. I need to get this stuff out here to you guys. There's so much to talk about. Please pop in the chat, drop your questions, comments, whatever you have for me, and we will get to them today. So this is not really breaking news. You guys are probably up to speed on four-star corner Blake Woodby decommitted from the Buckeyes. So now the Buckeyes have to find another cornerback for this class. They definitely want 3 because you're losing a lot next year. We'll get into a little bit of that. So it's probably too late for the Buckeyes to get back in the mix for Mark Zachary. He's a 4-star from Indianapolis, Indiana. He committed to Notre Dame earlier this month. So I'm not going to put a lot of stock into that one. I mean, you gotta kick the tires, right? If you're Tim Walton, but then you're gonna hear a lot of people talking about Dorian Brew and Dwayne Galloway, but the Buckeyes still see Brew as a safety, not a corner. So he's not a real corner option here. Galloway is a high-level athlete, but he'll need to camp at Ohio State this summer in order to earn an offer. He doesn't have an offer yet. So is he willing to do that? No, he hasn't done it yet. Didn't do it last year. But, Dorian Brew, he's 6'2", 185. He's down in Conroe, Texas, basically outside Houston. And he's a 5-star, 9.875, number 4 corner in the class. We've got corners 1 and 2. They actually are rated the exact same star ranking, exact same composite ranking in Offord and Devin Sanchez. So Dorian Brew would give them another 5-star. So there are 3 crystal balls in for the Buckeyes, but those have been in for a while. These were, January. So quite a while ago. It looks like Dorian Brew's trending towards Texas, maybe LSU, maybe. Remember, his dad went to LSU. Mom was a Buckeye track star. But living down in the Houston area, Texas is going to pull hard. LSU is going to pull hard, Dwayne Galloway, the other guy we talked about, is an actual corner, 6'1", 175 from Marion Franklin High School, just outside Columbus there. He's a 4-star, legit, 9'4", 6'1", number 12 corner, number 115 player nationally. He does have a crystal ball in for the Cheaters for some reason. That came in back in April from one of the national guys. So I don't know about that one. He's got offers from a lot of schools, but he doesn't have offers. I don't see Alabama or Georgia on his offer list for some reason. That's interesting, kind of a red flag to me. There has to be a reason. But anyways, so some other names to know for the corner recruiting. You got one guy that doesn't get a lot of attention at all by fans, but he does from the Ohio State coaching staff. That's Jameer Joseph. He's a 4-star from St. Joseph's in New Jersey. He's had a Buckeye offer since January of 2023. So 15 months, 16 months. He's one to watch. He's 6 foot, 172. He's a 4-star, 9.248, nationally ranked 202, number 22 corner in the class. He's got offers from coast to coast, Stanford, Notre Dame, Boston College, all over the place. So he's one to keep an eye on. And then there's some other guys that the Buckeyes have offered at corner. Chuck McDonald, he's out of Santa Ana, Mater Dei, 6 foot, 180. He's a 9.553, number 8 corner in the class, 87 ranked player nationally. Then you got Texas A&M commit Dejon Petaway. Didn't we have a Dejon committed from Florida recently? Yeah, I don't feel good about Dejon. Pick a lane, go spicy brown, yellow, whatever. Horseradish mustard is one of my personal favorites. Anyways, not a Dejon fan. Anyways, he's 5'10", 175 out of Katy, Texas. He's a 9'3", 1'8", nationally ranked 174, number 15 safety. But again, if he's a safety, is he a safety or is he a corner? How the Buckeyes look at him, you know. Then you got Auburn commit Devin Williams. He's a 4-star from Buford, Georgia. I'll take that any day, right? 5'10", 165, definitely a corner. Nationally ranked 185, number 21 corner. So you're getting down a little bit lower in those corner rankings according to the recruiting services. But the Buckeyes signed 3 corners in the class of 2024. They're going to need to do it again. You got to replace Burke, Hancock, and IGB after this season. So, all right. You guys watching the golf today? Just taking a little break here. I got the quad box up, my own little quad box on the ESPN Plus. Tiger's hard to watch. I can't watch Tiger Woods much anymore. He's like, there's no energy. And he's playing horribly. But at least you're not Scotty Scheffler. Man, that poor bastard. That Scotty Scheffler getting pulled over, yanked out of his car, and arrested, booked the whole 9 yards. That is a joke, man. That is the one time where you are okay to say, do you know who the hell I am? To the cop. Because obviously this aggressive, over-the-top police officer seemed like Scotty was doing what he was supposed to. The golfers were told they were to drive around any barricades or stoppages. They were told that. And he was doing that. So I don't know. Anyways, he just looks like a regular dude. Like, I don't know. He should have just said, I'm Scotty Scheffler, number 1 golfer in the world. I have a tournament to get to. Anyways, so back to the chat, or to the conversation here. We'll get to the chat in a second, I promise. I did want to mention TJ Alford, the linebacker commit out of Vero Beach in Florida. He's taken an unofficial to Georgia this weekend. He said, quote, "There's nothing for fans to worry about. It's just a fun weekend." Yeah. In Athens, Georgia. No thanks. Anyways, Alfred said he's been trying to recruit Riley Pettijohn, the linebacker from Texas, David Sanders, obviously the 5-star tackle, and Jordan Davison, the running back, and wide receiver Vernell Brown. Now, David Sanders will also be in Athens this weekend. Trey McNutt and Bo Jackson will be there. There's been quite a bit of stir here with Bo Jackson lately, just in the past week. Georgia's really made a push, and it looks like they might be the team to beat for Bo Jackson right now. We'll see. Then you got Ohio State commit Naeem Offord. We just talked about him. He's going to visit Oregon this weekend. They're having a big recruiting weekend up there in the great Northwest. Offord says he's firmly locked into the Buckeyes, but he's going to check out what the Ducks have to offer and maybe scoop up a bag full of coins. One note, Ohio State top target, Justin Hill, will be at Oregon too. So let's keep that in mind. These kids Oregon's becoming a real pain in the ass on the recruiting circuit here. They're really digging into a lot of our targets, from coast to coast, even in Ohio, obviously. So I don't know. It's getting a little frustrating. We have to talk about them. Probably going to have to do a full episode of the Daily Blitz about Oregon and their recruiting. Anyways, let's keep it moving here. We do have some good news. Today, breaking news, South Carolina transfer safety Keenan Nelson Jr. has committed to the Buckeyes. Going back to his recruiting profile here, he was 6'1", 200 pounds coming out of St. Joe's Prep in Philly. Yes, Marvin Harrison's high school. He was a 4-star, 9'1", 5'2", nationally ranked 221, number 17 safety in the class. Had offers from all over the country, including Georgia there. Started 4 games in his 2-year career at South Carolina. He started in the Cox Bowl game as a true freshman. Then he started 3 games last year as a redshirt freshman. All in all, he's played 11 games and played in 11 games. He has special teams experience in a lot of those. And he's only registered like 13 tackles, a TFL, blocked punt, and he returned that for a touchdown. He did have a game last season against North Carolina where he racked up 4 tackles. But the Buckeyes believe there's potential in Nelson, and he's got 3 years of eligibility ahead of him. So you got Caleb Downs and Lathan Ransom leading the safety group. Malik Hartford's returning from injury. He'll be back for fall camp. So the Buckeyes were not looking for a starter out of the portal, but they do need depth in that safety room, much needed depth. Lost a lot of dudes in the offseason. I want to say like 4 or 5 safeties to the NFL or to lack of eligibility and the portal. So with an eye on long-term development, that could turn into a starting job next season when Ransom goes off to the NFL. But he can immediately add depth to the group, and we'll see how he turns up. And it's just depth piece. This guy's not coming in to start, or even, I don't know if he can even crack the 2 deep at this point. We'll see. So that's good news. Depth is key. The coaches keep saying it. Next up, 5-star wide receiver Dakorien Moore announced last night that he decommitted from LSU and, didn't really reopen his commitment. He said he would not be entertaining new offers from schools that try to get involved at this point going forward. So that means the Final Four schools he was considering a month ago is that same Final Four: LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, and Texas. So I think you can cross LSU off the list since he just decommitted from them. So it's really just a 3-team battle here between the Buckeyes, Ducks, and the Longhorns. Texas insiders just put in 3 crystal balls today for him to Texas. So they strongly believe that Texas is the team to beat. I don't agree. I think the Buckeyes are right there with them. And I don't even think Oregon's in there for sure. It could be a 3-team race, all relatively equal at this point. But Dakorien Moore is expected to visit Oregon this weekend, but that's not going to happen. That trip was canceled. Ohio State hosted him twice over a 5-week span in the spring, so I feel good about that. Plus, for some reason, the national media, especially the recruiting honks, they don't view the Buckeyes as a real option. So I think they need to wake up and smell the coffee. Maybe put down the ho-hos and the Twinkies. But official visits to Ohio State and Texas are definitely going to happen. We'll see if he reschedules an Oregon official visit. I assume he will, but his recruitment probably won't go into the fall. So we'll see. He's got like a month and a half. Usually most guys want to announce by the end of July. That's 2.5 months, whatever. Who gives a shit? It's the summertime. I don't know what time it is. My brain melts every day. Okay. Let's take a little break from recruiting, and we want to talk about a defensive assistant is no longer with the program. Pass rush specialist, self-proclaimed, Brandon Jordan, the GA who came in back in March, has already been kind of shown the door. Wednesday, Brandon Jordan was announced that he was no longer with the program from a Ohio State spokesman. So yeah, 5 jobs in 3 years. The guy likes to jump around a lot. He worked primarily with the DNs, working on their pass rush moves. It seemed like a weird, very specific guy to bring in, So we'll see what happens with him. We still have Alan Clark. He's a GA coming into his second year right now, working with Larry Johnson. So I like him. He seems to be more geared towards the college game. I'm not sure that Brandon Jordan is really into the whole college part of coaching. He seems more of an NFL style guy. But so no big deal there. No sweat off my sack, that's for sure. Don't forget to answer the question in the chat, folks. I want to get your feedback, and let me know if Penn State's going to go over, under, or push the 10 wins on the regular season. Moving on. So this is what you really came for, is Justin Frye talk, right? The Frye daddy. So he's expanding the offensive line board on his recruiting board. He's got dudes all over the country that he's just offered recently. 3 of them, 3 big ones here that I think are all legit options. So they each made their first visits to Ohio State last weekend. Andrew Stargell, Henry Fanuku, and Jackson Lloyd. Stargell's an interior guy. He could be a really good center at some point. Let me pull up his shit here. 6'4", 284, from Roswell, Georgia. He's a 3-star right now, an 8'5", nationally ranked 948, number 69, interior O lineman. But you got to assume that his rankings are going to go up as the camp season rolls around this summer. So, plus he's getting offers from across the country. Then you got Fanuku. He's a little raw, but has a very high ceiling. He's a player that the Buckeyes like at guard. So 6'4", 295 from North Crowley, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. Is a 3-star, 8'8", 7'8", nationally ranked 423, number 27 interior O lineman. Also has, there's a Georgia offer right there. Florida State, a bunch of dudes. So that's always good to see. That means we're not alone, and other people are picking up on his abilities. So, and then the last one here, Jackson Lloyd, I mentioned, 6'7", 290 from Carmel, California. Beautiful, beautiful stretch of land. 9'2", 9'8", 4-star, nationally ranked 184, number 18 tackle. And he's got all the big offers, USC, Bama, Buckeyes, all this shit. So each of these guys has scheduled a return for an official visit in June. So that's good news. So Justin Frye's recruiting board looks a lot different than it did a month ago. He's expanded his search, and he's looking at a bigger class than we initially expected. I was thinking a month ago, like 3 in this class of 2025, but now it looks like it could get up to 5. I think it might come back down to 4, but could get up to 5. So Carter Lowe, of course, is the only commitment in Frye's class so far. He is working hard, Carter is, to help recruit David Sanders. And it's possible Frye could take a 3rd tackle in this class. Here's a couple names for you. We've talked about these guys before. Javon McFadden, Micah DeBose, they could play either tackle or guard. Those two, along with Sanders, will make official visits to the Buckeyes in June. Remember, Micah DeBose, 6'5", 315, out of Mobile, Alabama. Buckeyes going into Bama. He's a 4-star, 9.589, nationally ranked number 75, number 8 tackle. And then the other guy, Javon McFadden, 6'5", 300 pounds, from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. 3-star, 8.868, nationally ranked 429, number 29 interior O lineman. But he's got a Georgia offer, Florida. So other people are on the case, on the scent there. Now, we've got some other guys here. Joshua Blackstone, he's been in focus for months from Justin Frye. He's a 4-star, 8.919. He's from 6'4", 275 from Baltimore, Maryland. Doesn't have a photo in his 24/7 profile. Somebody might want to get on that guy. Nationally ranked 379, number 24 interior O lineman. Then you got Nolan Davenport. He's from Massillon, Washington High School, 6'6", 260. He's a 3-star, 8.776, nationally ranked 586, number 46 tackle. He's starting to get more Division I offers, though. The Buckeyes have been watching him closely. I just had a camp yesterday, I believe he was at. He's a tackle that Frye visited on Thursday. Yeah. Jake Cook is another one. He's a Louisville commit. Louisville, sorry. I've heard that word enough today and yesterday watching the golf. Louisville. Sounds like you got a lazy face. Louisville. Anyway, Jake Cook, he will visit for a camp in June. He is a guard. He's 6'5", 295, committed to Louisville back in February. He's from Westerville North, so in the Columbus area. He's an 8.550, outside the top 1,000 nationally, number 75 interior O lineman. Then you got Douglas Utu. We've talked about him before. He has visited twice and will probably take an official visit in June. 6'4", 2 whoops, wrong dude, dumbass. Idiot. Douglas Utu, 6'5", 300 pounds, from Bishop Gorman, Tate Martell High School, 9.654, so nice highly ranked dude. 65 nationally, number 2 interior O lineman. Now, another name to know is Mario Nash. He was offered by the Buckeyes on Monday. He hasn't had much conversation with Justin Frye yet because he was offered by the director of player personnel, Sam Petito. He'll make his first visit to the Buckeyes on May 24th, so a week from today. Mario Nash is 6'4", 270. He's from DeKalb, Mississippi. Mississippi. 9010. That's my wife was born in Mississippi. Did you know that? National ranked 310, number 19 interior O lineman. Okay. So those Mississippi boys are going to be hard to pull up north, but all right. Next up, talking running backs. Isaiah West reopened his recruitment, decommitted from Kentucky. He is 5'11", 208 from St. Joe's Prep. Once again, recurring theme here. We are in Philly. Cheesesteaks be damned. 3-star, 8821, nationally ranked 503, number 45 running back. I think it's just a matter of time before, again, with the summer camps coming around, he's going to get a boost. He's going to perform well. Coach Locke offered Isaiah last month. He made his first visit to Ohio State last week and then reopened his recruitment shortly after returning home. The Buckeyes are now the team to beat. After he reopened his recruitment, 3 crystal balls rolled for the Buckeyes. Isaiah West talked about Coach Locke. He said, quote, "I like Coach Locke a lot. I like a lot. He's a guy who's heavily invested into his players and has a true love for the game and the position. He's very good at what he does, and I'm excited and grateful for the opportunity." Sign him up. Ohio State's hoping to bring in a 3-man recruiting class at running back. Hopefully that's possible. We'll see. West seems to be the first of those. He'll take his official visit June 14th to Columbus, and he also has a visit scheduled to Kentucky the weekend before that. And those are the only 2 schools he's considering. So if he cancels that Kentucky visit, you probably know what's going to happen next, because we've been through this before. And the old saying, watch what they do, not what they say, in recruiting has never been more true. So I just want to run through some visits that we have coming up. Like I mentioned last week, within the last week, we had Isaiah West, Andrew Stargell, Henry Fanuku, Jackson Lloyd. We also had Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng, the linebacker from IMG. He was on campus as well. Then coming up the May 24th, so a week from today, you got Mario Nash Jr., the tackle I mentioned, and also Trajan Odom, the North Carolina defensive lineman. So then you start to get into your official visits May 31st and on. So I'm going to get into those in the Daily Blitz. We don't need to run through them here again. I just went through them last Friday. They don't really seem to change much. We might add a guy here or there. So if there's somebody you're looking for, I can look them up and let you know. So hit me in the chat and let me know if there's somebody you're specifically interested in. But let's get to the chat. See what the hell's going on out here. Odysseus says, OH and a bunch of nuts. Odysseus, first one in, says under. Under for the Nits. I like it. I agree with you. I got no faith in Drew Aller. Looking at this schedule, they got an easy schedule too. That's the weird thing, At West Virginia, I think they'll win that easily. Bowling Green, obviously a win. Kent State, a win. Illinois, a win. It's a home game for Franklin. UCLA, probably a win. It's, at Penn State, so that's 5. Now, going out to USC, I got that as a loss. So 5-1. At the Badgers, that's a coin flip game, in my opinion. That could go either way. So 5-1-1 is what I'm going with there. Then you got the Buckeyes. Probably will be a whiteout, but that doesn't matter. So loss there, 5-2-1. Huskies, they lost a lot of dudes. I'm not a big fan of their coach. Coach, what's his name? Let's say they get that one. 6-2-1. Then Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland. Yeah. I'm going 9-3. I got to go under. They easily, I bet you Luke Fickell's got something for him at Camp Randall. They're going to jump around all over Franklin's bald head. All right. So I'm under. That's 2 unders so far. In the chat, Billy says, hey, Joe, under the Nittanies. All right. Ooh, you got a loss to West Virginia. Okay. I like that. So you're looking at 8-4, Billy. Okay. I like that. So 3 unders for the Franklins. Odysseus says, important to keep Offord and Sanchez, 100%. It is very much important to keep both of those guys. I don't care who else you go after. That's why it's going to be tough to get another 5-star corner. You're probably going to have to dip into the 4s, maybe lower 4-star corners. So, but I'm with you 100%. Those two guys, Offord and Sanchez, are the high priority. You do whatever it takes to keep them. Travis, what's up, Travis? Good to see you. He says, is it August yet? Oh, it's damn close to it. Getting there. Troy says, I asked a cop if he knew who I was once. He did, and he cracked me across the side of my head. Dope. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, they usually don't like that question, do they? Especially if you're not somebody important. Been there, done that. Billy says, less than 100 days till football. There you go, Travis. It may not be August, but at least we got a number on it. Start punching that ticket. 100 days. Odysseus says, Athens, Georgia, need to watch out while driving there and there's cesspool up north. That cesspool up north, yes. Definitely do the speed limit around Athens, Georgia. Be very, very careful. That's my PSA to all recruits. I hate to see you get a ticket in the Georgia area. I was thinking, have you ever seen there's a Robin Williams stand-up. I love stand-up comedians. Robin Williams, he's back in the 80s when he was on Coke. So one of those HBO specials he did. He just sweats profusely. I bet you, I don't know, man. He just sweats through his shirt like in 5 minutes, first 5 minutes of the show. But anyways, he talks about getting pulled over in the South. And he said that the cop that pulls you over is the kind of cop that has mirrored sunglasses, but on the inside. Oh, man. Robin Williams, fucking RIP to him. That dude was awesome. I love stand-up comedy, especially the old stuff. George Carlin, my all-time favorite. Saw him at the Masonic Temple in Toledo. George Carlin, legend. Saw Chappelle years ago over in Orlando. Who else? I'll think about it. We're talking football. Anyways, Billy says, never thought I'd ask this, but is it time to be concerned about wide receiver recruiting? That's a fair point. It's kind of the downside of bringing in a monster like a Jeremiah Smith. He's going to push other guys away, because it's Jeremiah Smith. You got to play him, right? And you got to play him as a freshman. But 2025 recruits are going to be like, okay, you got Carnell Tate. He's in his second year this year. Jeremiah's a true freshman. Emeka's the only one on the way out, but you got Brandon Ennis coming into his second year. So a kid is looking at the 2025 Buckeyes like, I'm not going to play as a freshman, and it's important to, especially receivers, they expect to get on the field, especially 5-star receivers. But I don't think we're out of it for Dakorien Moore. They call him Corey Moore. I don't think we're out of it one bit. The worst case I see it right now is the Buckeyes are neck and neck with Oregon and Texas. They're all even. We'll see how things finish out. Official visits are going to be important, obviously, but I'm not too concerned about wide receiver recruiting. You may have to go back and put out some more offers if you're Brian Hartline, though. I would say that. I don't think he expected to get that early commitment from Des Jones out of New Jersey, kind of a lower rated guy. Good, but lower rated guy. So I don't know. I was just going to pull up the offers we have here at wide receiver. The other day on the Daily Blitz, I ran through all of them. Yeah. Dakorien Moore is the highest rated guy that we have on our offer sheet. Khalil Lockett, not sure what's up with him. We haven't heard anything mentioned with the Buckeyes. You do have Jamie French. That's going to go into the fall. He's going to take an in-season official visit to Ohio State. So besides the other places, he's taking officials in June. So yeah, Khalil Lockett. I haven't seen much about him, but he's got offers all over the country. Texas is obviously huge. A&M, Bama, LSU. Yeah, he can go wherever he wants. Then there's other guys, a little bit lower rated 4 stars. Andrew Marsh from Texas, Quincy Porter, Dalen McCutcheon. Des Jones. I mean, he was a 9015, so bottom of the 4-star barrel there. And then you got Phillip Bell from Mission Viejo, California. A lot of these guys, we really don't know what's going on. My guy Winston Watkins down in Naples. Talon Taylor over in Illinois. He's been on campus recently. So you got Nashawn Montgomery. It's a lot of dudes out there. We've offered 16, 20 dudes. So, but again, guys are looking at that 2025 roster for the Buckeyes, and it's pretty freaking loaded, Back to the chat. Odysseus says, watch Crying Sharona snatch up Brandon Jordan. Yeah, I wouldn't be a bit surprised, but that guy was at Michigan State just 2 years ago. So I don't know. I don't think this guy is a college football coach at all. He has his place, he has his specialty. He's got his niche, pass rush. But I think he belongs as like a consultant kind of guy, a free agent that you can hire, or just as an NFL guy. I don't think he likes the other stuff that comes along with college football. And from what they say, he was pushed out the door. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Odysseus says, Day or Chip must have gotten on Frye's case to expand his board. I agree. It seemed obvious. Like you need to do that, I'm not saying Michigan does it the right way by just throwing over 300 offers out there, but to a degree, you do need to open things up. We got 19 tackle offers out there, and then we have 10 more interior guys. So that's 29. What do we have? Let me see what we had last year. I'm just curious. 2024 class this year, whatever. How's this golf going? Can we see us the leaderboard here? Okay. I got it. Colin Morikawa leading the way. Oh, Xander's caught him. -11 is the lead. Scheffler's at -9. What was I looking at? Oh, 2024 offensive line offers. Yeah, we had 10 tackles and 8 interior, 18. So like this year, we've already offered more than double the number of dudes on the O-line. So that's good. And nice thing is 2026, we've got a lot of local guys in the Midwest, Ohio and everything that is loaded with quality dudes. So we've got to rack them up in 26. Billy says Sanders sounds like a real possibility. It's legit. Yeah, I think it's legit. I think David Sanders the Buckeyes are right there with Clemson, Georgia, whoever else, South Carolina. So South Carolina and Clemson are obviously the closest to him. But yeah, Buckeyes are right there, neck and neck. Again, they are not. I don't know why sometimes the national media, especially these recruiting sites and shit, like to discount Ohio State or just not not think that they're a real option. It doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Or get some clicks, you know. They use the Buckeyes when they want to get clicks as well. You know, they paste Jeremiah Smith's photo all over every fucking social media post. Odysseus says, when's the last Mississippi recruit Ohio State recruited? Recruited or landed? So we went after who's that dude from the 24 class, D tackle, 5-star McKinley, Dominic McKinley, I think, last year. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Alan Clark was leading the way on that recruitment. Yeah, Dominic McKinley. He's from Louisiana. My bad. Mississippi, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's do a quick search. Mississippi. Yeah. Nothing stands out. Yeah. Winshawn went to Mississippi. That's about it. He's from Alabama, though. Yeah, I can't remember bringing a guy in from Mississippi. Troy says, I'm over on Penn State. I see maybe a loss to West Virginia. Definite loss to the Buckeyes. I ain't seen nothing out of Wisconsin to think they'll be much more than average. Okay, that's fair. Their offense definitely has not impressed me. I assume Luke will get the defense together, but you do have to score points, you know. But Jeremiah says it's under for Penn State, 7 to 8 wins in 2024. Wow. Yeah. That's kind of what Billy said. He went 8 wins, 4 losses there. So yeah. I went 9 wins, but we just have one over. Everybody else is under on the Penn State over under. So yeah. Boy, we went through a lot of material today. A lot of updates. Got some big official visits. The good thing is that Tavian St. Clair is going to be on campus for every official visit weekend. So let's see his recruiting chops. Also, Eli Lee will be there to work on the defensive guys. Those 2 guys will already be there, you know, lighting people up. Yeah. Here's some receivers for you, Billy, to keep your eye on because they've already locked in official visits. The others, maybe not so much. But you got Taz Williams from Texas, Dalen McCutcheon from Texas, Vernell Brown, Bernie Three Sticks from Florida. Those guys are all coming May 31st. And then you got Quincy Porter coming June 7th. That's the only wide receiver coming that day. Oh, Nate Roberts will be here as well that week, so he can work on Porter a bit. Porter's from New Jersey, by the way. I don't think I mentioned him. Then June 14th, you got a huge recruiting weekend of official visits. Phillip Bell from California will be in, and that's the only receiver. And June 21st, Talon Taylor, the Illinois receiver, will be in for his official. And that's it. So I think those guys are going to be the keys to watch because they've been on campus or will be on campus. And a lot of these other guys haven't. So, yeah. Again, Tavian being on campus to work on these guys is going to be huge. You got Sanchez, Offord, and Dorian Brew all coming in June 21st. So definitely would be nice to get Dorian Brew in there, even as a safety. That's going to be huge. You got the Auburn commit, Malik Autry, the D tackle coming in. Zion Grady. Both guys are from Alabama. Grady's the D end. They were just on campus recently. So that's a huge recruiting weekend. The 14th, 21st, those are big. and the May 31st. Those are the big weekends. Got to land some dudes. We need to get like 4 or 5 more commitments here before the end of July. Hopefully some high-end dudes. So what else you guys want to talk about? I feel like I ran through a lot of stuff. Maybe I threw too much at you. Jeremiah says, don't blink too fast. Fall camp will be here before you know it. And we know what comes after that at the end of August. Go Buckeyes. Yes, sir. Yep. Early season this year. And you got 2 bye weeks. Everybody has 2 bye weeks this season. So you got the new playoffs starting in December. Keep that in mind. So you've only got a couple of weeks to work with after you beat the cheaters and then go to the Big Ten championship. You've only got a couple of weeks until playoffs start. Billy says, now that we lost Woodby, we have to recruit somebody to play nickel. Yeah, agree 100%. We do. Yep. Got to get one of those tough little guys. Not little, but I know George Hancock's 6'1". He's our slot. So they do come in larger packages, but Miles Lockhart, he's more of a 5'10", 5'11" guy. That's what I think of when I think of a slot corner. But they got to be tough, They got to have some muscle on them. So they got to come up and run support. They got to occasionally blitz the quarterback. So, and they got to be really good at tackling. So that's important out of your slot corner. They got to do everything, Run support's huge. Troy says, I'm jonesing for some football. Summer is nice and all, but bring the fall already. Yes, I agree. Billy says, lousy summer getting in the way of football. Exactly. That's why we have this show, right? So we can talk football. I think on the Sunday, we're going to take one more Sunday off. So this weekend, no Sunday night show. I got to drive to freaking Orlando Monday morning. So I can't be staying up late, bullshitting with you guys, getting drunk, talking shit. I would love to, but I can't. So no Sunday night show this week. We will be back the following weekend. I'll see if I can get Jeff and Sean, out of their vacations. See if we can get all 3 guys here. Speaking of, Sean usually takes a summer vacation. Find out when that is. Anyways, we should be able to get all 3 of us here the following Sunday. So a week from this coming Sunday. What else is on your minds? We can go any direction. We don't have to talk recruiting. What about the Buckeyes playing Northwestern in Wrigley Field? You guys know how I feel about playing football on a baseball field, right? Hate it, hate it, hate it. You're just asking for somebody to get hurt. Have you seen the photos of this shit? Let me pull one up real quick. See if you guys are watching on the line. Let me open this photo. Let me share it real quick. Boom, boom. There it is. Look, that's the football field in Wrigley Field. They're going to play on that shit this year. Look at that right field foul pole and that wall that juts out from the right. How the hell are you supposed to run an out route into that? That is asinine. So fucking stupid. And both teams are on the same sidelines. Both teams will be out here in the outfield, center and left. No, somebody make it stop. This is stupidity. Oh, by the way, you got a brick freaking wall out there at the backside of the end zone. Why? Why are we doing this? I understand they're getting a new stadium. Great. Okay. So what? Why can't we just play in their practice facility for Christ's sake or something? I don't know. Play it. Find a middle ground. Let's play at Illinois or just any real stadium. They got to have some high end uh, high school stadiums in the Chicago area. Go there. I don't care if it's not as many seats. And guess what? You got no view at any of these freaking seats, especially the bleachers out in the outfield. You will not be able to see shit. Even in the first base dugout area, that's a terrible view. You're fucking 20 yards from the field. Oh, that looks horrible. Anyways, is dumb. That is on November 16th. So maybe it'll snow and be super windy again. That'd be awesome. Back to the chat. Billy says it looks flat out dangerous to play football there. Exactly. Troy, there you go. Soldier Field, a few miles away. Yeah, you can't play back to back Saturday and Sunday. Makes no fucking sense, man. Yeah. Even if, okay, let's say Soldier Field has some other event, or the Bears just don't want you fucking around on their turf. Fine. There has to be other options in the area. I mean, fuck. It's not like it's the only college around. Maybe you have to play in a smaller stadium. Who gives a shit? But yeah, Troy, I'm with you. Soldier Field, man. It is flat out dangerous, Billy. And it looks dumb. I would not go. You could not give me tickets to that game. Screw that. Yeah, okay. Troy shoots holes in my fucking theory. Troy says if you go out to that game, enjoy the bar scene afterwards. Wrigley has great bars. Yeah, I've always heard that. I've never experienced it myself. I got some neighbors from Chicago, a couple doors down. They probably could hook me up with something. But yeah, it just looks silly. Again, like when they try and do it in Fenway or Yankee Stadium for these bowl games, is so dumb looking. There's a reason. Just go get another football stadium. This country is covered with them. I don't get it. The football players don't give a shit. Ryan Day doesn't care. It's more of an inconvenience, probably. He's more concerned about getting his players hurt. You know, no out routes if you get in the red zone going into the outfield. No 5-yard outs to the right. Can't call any of those plays. All right, Troy lives in Chicago. Been there many times. Nice place for a baseball game, not football. There you go, Troy. I should have just asked the crowd. What part of town are you in, Troy? I'm curious. I always wanted to go. I used to living in the Toledo area. That's what, like 5 hours, 6 at the most to Chicago. I had just never made the trip. I wish I would have before I moved down here to Florida. But yeah, I like deep dish pizza. I like all kinds of pizza. I don't eat a lot of it because my wife's gluten free, but it's hard to find deep dish gluten free pizza. Um, but yeah, I always wanted to go to Chicago. Love the bar scene, obviously. Get a good steak. I'm a big steak guy, so plenty to choose from there for sure. Uh, Southwest suburbs. Troy says he's in the southwest suburbs right now. Always been a South Sider there. Okay. White Sox. White Sox or Cubs? I always get those mixed up. North side is Cubs. South side is White Sox, if I'm right. My baseball knowledge is frozen in time. I don't think I've used that knowledge since like 2004. But yeah. How's this golf going? Got some serious money going here in this golf tournament. My three of my winners, two of them are tied for first, and Scheffler is third. Got those guys at good money. All right. Yeah, this June is going to be huge on the recruiting trail, man. Can't wait to get these guys on campus. Let's get them recruited. Let's get them committed, man. A lot of dudes are going to commit before their high school season starts. So that means July, middle of July, late July at the latest. A lot of high schools start, a week or two before college football starts. So kids want to get committed before they start their fall camp and everything in high school. Got to land these dudes. Yeah, I love that we have only offered 164 dudes in this class. We haven't, or 168. My freaking bad. Did we talk about Michigan last weekend? Last Friday, I think we did talk about the cheaters and how many offers. Yeah, 316. 316. That's 150 more offers they have out. And a lot of quarterbacks, man. 10 quarterbacks. Oh, they do have a commit. They got a dude from Fort Myers, same high school as Leroy Roker, our safety, coming in. Carter Smith. It's a 3-star. He doesn't look too good. Yeah. 26 running backs they offered. Jesus Christ. 44 wide receivers. Wow. Compare that to Brian Hartline's board, which is 20. He's offered 20. They've more than doubled it. Tight end, of course, 18. We've offered like 8. O linemen, they've offered 43. We're getting up there now. We're getting up there with the O line, thank God. 30, what do we got? 29. We're getting up there. Defensive guys, look at all these defensive guys they've offered. Edge rushers, 24. 32 defensive linemen, 42 linebackers. Jesus, how do you offer 42 linebackers? And 33 athletes. Holy shit. We've offered 23 linebackers, 13 edge, 21 D-line, 8 athletes. It's corners and safeties. We've offered 15 and 10. They've offered 27 and 17. Jeez. Oh. Jeremiah says, that is silly. Why Northwestern needs to be called the Silly Cats, as they will be wriggling all over Wrigley Field. That's a good one. Way to do it. Billy says, you like deep dish, Joe? I'm unsubscribing. What's wrong with deep dish? Stuff will fill you up, man. One piece and you're done. Thin crust, you got to eat like half a pizza to get full, But I never eat pizza anyways, dude. So I'm talking marriage, pre-wife. I was a gluten junkie. Used to go to Giordano's. They still around? I assume they are. They're all over the place. We had a Giordano's over in Orlando off of I-Drive. Good stuff. But again, it's like 4 meals, man. And if you get a pitcher of beer with it, oh, forget it. I'm just going to burp and fart all over the place. But anything else you guys want to cover while we're here? I'm wide open for a few more minutes. I can't get enough of looking at this Michigan offer sheet. cheat. That was a Freudian slip. Yeah. Jesus. Running backs. I can't believe they missed out on Marquise Davis. That is so hilarious, man. I thought we were going to be pissed off. I thought we were going to be like, damn it. We lost an in-state kid to freaking cheaters 2 years in a row at running back. I'm kind of concerned about Bo Jackson going to Georgia this weekend. Not feeling good about that one. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to be in a 3 running back class. I don't know. Something I don't like about that is it tells me that the kid doesn't want to compete for the job. You know, why else wouldn't he? Why would he have, apprehension about a 3 running back class? So I don't know. All right, folks. Looks like the chat's dying down. Thank you for all your input and for answering the chat question of the day. And again, we're taking off Sunday night, but you will have your daily Buckeye Blitz every single day, as always. So if there's any topics you guys want me to hit on, drop it in the comments or message me, however you like, and we'll start talking about them. James Althans comes in right under the wire. He says, easier path to the field at OSU for running backs. Okay. Really? Yeah, I guess next year, yeah, you'll be without Trey and Quinshawn. You got Peoples, but yeah, he could be part of a 2-headed monster, 2 running back set as a true freshman in 2025 for sure. So it's a fair point. Yeah. But, all right, folks, appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.